welcome back to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. This week we have the Club World Cup, we have the Gold Cup, we have the Chicago Fire playing poorly, and we have Konor here. Gentlemen, I am FC Neo Tokyo. That is Jaymes. That is Konor Knows Soccer filling in for DPG for now. And this is going to be a discombobulated podcast. So let's talk about the most discombobulated thing I know of. The U.S. men's national team, baby. 5-0 after the sky was falling. Thoughts, feelings, emotions.
The sky's still falling. I don't think it's any not worse than what it is, but something.
I agree.
Beyond the sky is falling. I mean, yeah, you beat Trinidad and Tobago. You did what you were supposed to do.
Anybody jump out there to you? Like, I mean, Haji Wright. I've been a Haji Wright fan for a while. He scores. Malik Tillman scoring 2 goals. Those are good things to see. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know how to watch the Gold Cup this year. I need help. I forgot to even ask. I was gonna ask Konor.
You got a good point.
As soon as we were going to ask him a question, muted himself.
The Gold Cup almost feels pointless. Like, what are we even seeing here? Like, these guys aren't doing it. They're not doing it.
You want to know a player who's going to be on the 2026 roster?
Who's that?
Jack McGlynn.
Maybe.
Who's he?
Maybe.
I mean, who's he going in for? Wingers or strikers?
Jack McGlynn's a midfielder. Played for Houston, played for Philadelphia. There was rumors today that he got interest from like Italy and England, and I think PSV was interested. Could you imagine him? Could you imagine him going to PSV, who already has Malik Tillman, Ricardo Pepi, and Serginho Dest?
Ricardo Pepi was rumored to be going somewhere else.
Well, that would be good too.
Pepi is rumored. This is more of a rumor that Fulham put in a bid for Ricardo Pepi because apparently they really like him. And I think they mostly want him because of their now captain, Anton Robinson. But I just don't see if Pepi were to go to Fulham, I don't see how Pepi dethrones Raul Jimenez for the starting striker spot at Fulham.
Well,
wow, U.S. versus Mexico again.
Right. Well, no, but is Jimenez reliable enough? Is he going to hold up for the whole season? Like he's injury prone, and I get. I'm not saying the head injury. That's a freak thing, but he's not always on the field. So I think that's a good competition to have. I think that pushes Pepi. I think that pushes Raul Jimenez, and I think Pepi could be like the heir apparent, right? Get less starts this season, the following season, get more starts, and move on. Because that's, the positive movement in a career. But Pepi sure, like if you look at that picture that Jaymes has got up, Pepi sure seems to be the more exciting striker right now than Balogun, right?
Well, here's the thing. Like when we never see Balogun.
Well, he was injured for a very large chunk of this past season.
He's been injured like a lot of his U.S. career, and when he's available, he's not available. The best ability is availability, and Balogun has not had it at all. He's been a bit of a bust for the U.S. men's national team as far as some sort of signing coup, recruiting him from another nation, so to speak, while and then promising him all the starting time and. Honestly, when he gets it, he hasn't been all that impressive.
I would disagree. I would like us to look this up. I feel like his XG is high with the national team. It's just, again, the big elephant in the room is availability, correct? That's the issue. But I mean, like Konor, what? So I said I was a Haji Wright guy. I'm never like I appreciate Josh Sargent's club career. That's great. I hope I hope they build a fucking statue of him out in front of Norwich. But like, as a U.S. starter, he can't do anything. Like, who do you got at the striker position? This seems to be like the Rubik's Cube of the team.
Right now, from what I've seen in friendlies in Nations League and Gold Cup so far, it is Haji Wright's position to lose.
Haji Wright?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, Haji Wright had a big year. I mean, now We always talk about those surprise guys.
Sorry, my finger slipped.
So we always talk about those surprise guys who aren't in the team now, who will be like in a year from now. Like, don't ever count out Daryl DK and his like drive and dedication. But Haji right now, I agree with Konor, man. It's his to lose. I don't know who's going to dethrone him.
Here's my thing. One man I hope clicks with the national team, but it's just not working. And I hope Poch decides to sit him tomorrow. Patrick Agyemang. I don't think he fits the U.S. system.
Well, I don't even know what we play.
He scored a goal last game.
But it was a deflection off a Luna shot.
Yeah, that was more Luna's goal. Which is funny. No, Konor,
okay,
he's just not ready yet. I love all the tools this kid has. I love like his drive. I like his play in MLS. I just don't think he's cracking it like yet. But
when you play for a coach like Dean Smith, who knows how to use target forwards, i.e. Ollie Watkins when he was at Aston Villa, you're going to put up career numbers. I don't think Poch has ever used a big, tall target forward outside of Harry Kane his club coaching career.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal, where we need as many positions that aren't forward as possible. Anyway, so bringing that up, that Poch is a bad fit for this team and we're a bad fit for him.
I never said that.
I'm just
saying he doesn't play target forwards. Unless you're Harry Kane. Harry Kane's a fucking legend in his own right.
I mean, yes, he is. I have thoughts and feelings, but that's okay.
You'd love him in Chicago.
I would. I got to make fun of a guy who would leave Tottenham. Like it's like leaving the Cubs and not being able to win the World Series and just being like, I'm just gonna go whoever's the best right now. You know what I mean? To go to Bayern and be like, I'm winning cups. It's like, get out of here, dog.
Dude,
doesn't even count.
I mean,
it's like your first time is with a prostitute.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of Tottenham offshoots, I know you would take this guy in a heartbeat, even though you talk ill of him all the time.
Oh God, Konor, what are your thoughts on Son? I gotta know.
I'll take him in Columbus in a heartbeat.
Would you take him? Would you take him over Mr. I can't find him. Jamie Vardy?
Yes. He is significantly younger than Jamie Vardy.
I think even I would take Son over Jamie Vardy, despite the fact that I want Jamie Vardy here in Chicago so badly.
38 versus 32 years old.
I think Jamie Vardy would be, oh my God. Dude, the entertainment value with Jamie Vardy versus pro referees. Oh my
amazing.
God.
So, Konor, an outsider's opinion. I love this. An outsider's opinion. Right now, this stage of the game, this stage of the season, if you are the Chicago Fire, would you want Tom Barlow or Jamie Vardy?
You want my honest opinion?
Honest opinion.
If you had the cat space, I would tell Mansueto to give a check to Vardy and say, name your number.
Oh, no way. No, there's no way he's not he's not even a TAM guy. This guy's getting a regular ass contract. Jamie Vardy, you're amazing.
Hold on. So I want to propose this question to you. Columbus will more than likely have an open DP spot this summer. They have an open DP spot with the Cucho sale. Potentially, they'll have 2 open DP spots because it's being heavily rumored in Crew Spears that they are going to try to buy down Darlington Nagbe and put him on a GAM contract.
You gotta.
Would you get a guy like Jamie Vardy and have him be on a GAM contract and spend those 2 DP spots elsewhere, like a center back and a midfielder or a winger or whatever? Or would you get a DP striker in, and would you use that other DP spot for another position? Because right now our weakest position, I think, is fucking center back. We need a big,
I
tall
mean,
leader in the back. Like Rudy Camacho's been injured all year long.
Dude. I gotta be honest. I think it's getting to the point where every team thinks their weakest position is center back in MLS because the offenses are just so much better.
Do you see this? They sneakily picked up Gazdag.
We talked about it for like 2 episodes.
I know, but still, it's sneaky.
And guess what, guys?
It's sneaky.
Guess what? You know what happened this past week? Gazdag registered his first assist in a Columbus jersey this past week.
I mean,
was it in the Goosebumps one?
Arsenal's probably underrated at 67. Like he's started for the US
we're not
national
playing
team.
Once Gazdag gets going, I predict he's going to get going by Leagues Cup. Once he gets going by Leagues Cup, and we get a striker that gives Rossi the ability to drop in behind and become more of a creator than a goal scorer, and we get a guy like a Jamie Vardy or another DP9.
Oh, Jamie Vardy would destroy in this system.
I would get a DP striker and I'd get a DP center back. That would be what I would do.
Konor, I want to ask you real quick: overrated or underrated? Jason Russell Crowe, 64.
I think it's dead on.
Gazdag, 75 overall. Maybe overrated.
He hasn't scored a goal yet,
but
he hasn't scored a goal yet.
You feel like he's going to hit it?
I feel like he's going to. I feel like he's going to get a goal, and it's going to be a penalty goal, and then the floodgates just open after that. And then we see the Gazdag that scored 75 goals in Philadelphia.
All right, I can't wait. Diego Rossi, 75. Rated, overrated, underrated?
Underrated. He should be like a 78.
Wow. Farsi, 69.
Farsi should be a 70 or 71.
Chambost.
What is he, a 70?
Yep.
He should be like a 72, 73.
Toke's favorite player wishes he was on the fire every freaking day of his life. Darlington Nagbe, 75. What do you think? Rated, overrated, underrated?
I think he could be 76, 77.
Maybe on his day.
I can't. You guys are tripping me out with this FIFA-ification.
Well, it's a good idea. And Arson, 67. I think he's obviously underrated at 67.
Arson should be like a 69, 70.
What?
Munson, a 68.
One of our best center backs. He's currently injured. I'll give him a 70.
Chaberko,
the Ukrainian.
Chaberko.
What's he at?
68.
That's about right. Could be bumped up to a 70.
And then you said Munson's your best center back, but yet Moreira's rated your best, so he's probably overrated.
Oh, Moreira's one of our best players. What's he at? I can't see. Hold on, give me a second.
72 for Moreira.
I think they recently came out with like a FIFA Ultimate Team card where he's like a 96. So like you can pack or buy a card of him that's like a 96 overall.
That's crazy. So maybe he's playing well
this year. I skipped FIFA this year.
Yeah.
What's Patrick Schulte? I can't see.
71.
So wait, did Schulte left the national team, right?
He's injured.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know how we got on the crew. We got Conor's here. We always end up just talking about the crew when Conor's here. Amazing.
You guys told me to save this for the show, but could you guys imagine a front three of Rossi, Vardy, Gazdag?
I'm telling you, I think like don't waste the DP spot. If he's asking for DP money, he can ask that from the USL. Because like no way. But like if you just signing him as signing a player, man, yeah, you got it. Like I would do that in a heartbeat. Like look at how thin you are up top. You guys have to sign a striker, period. Like Because that kid, how many goals does Russell Crowe have?
5.
That's no bueno, man.
They brought in Ibrahim Alayu from Houston at the deadline, and he's more of a wingback under Nancy, and he scored 2 goals already. So, I mean,
the wingback, the wingback scoring goals, man. You kind of have to love it.
Vardy's not as fast as he once was. Look at that, 75, 70.
Yeah, well,
he's lost a little bit on his
well,
fastball.
do you guys? I know we're off topic. I promise we'll get on. We'll get back on topic here in a minute. But do you guys think a guy like Jamie Vardy, or with Jamie Vardy's profile but younger, do you think they could kill it in the Wilfred Nancy system?
I mean, just in MLS in general. Like, let's not pretend like MLS is still speed kills. Speed kills in MLS. And Jamie Vardy had it, and he had a in spades. So when you say younger, it's the literal slam dunk. That guy plays in MLS a year and then gets sold. But like Jamie Vardy at this age is going to be a really good MLS player.
He's going to be choosy fast. He could be fast when he wants to. That's what I think it'll be.
When he needs to, right?
Yeah. Like he's that type of player. Like I just saw his rating for speed, and like he used to be a pacey mother trucker. Well, they're showing that he's lost a lot in his fastball there. He's not nearly what he once was. But all the same, I think he could come to MLS and destroy.
There's a bunch of guys in a room in Vancouver putting together these numbers, man. They don't like, players play however they're going to play. Insigne is supposedly ranked the highest you could possibly be all the goddamn time. And I don't think that's equated to any wins in Toronto. You know what I mean?
True.
So I don't know, man. I just, it's like I said, the FIFA-ification of looking at sports. Look, Aubameyang. Aubameyang's like a FIFA player who's always been rated stupid high.
What about Immobile?
And never really lived up to it. Yeah, Immobile is 34. Like, no thank you on some of that.
Sadio Mane.
I mean, you're not matching his paycheck at Al Nassr.
Aubameyang! Still doing it.
35 years old, man.
Kaboom.
So we didn't even talk. So this Arfston guy, I gotta ask Konor. Like, I have seen a lot of hate for the kid on the U.S. team. I've seen that, I guess word was he had a good game against Trinidad, but so did everybody. Like, Poch seems to be really on board with this kid. This kid's not supplanting anybody on this team, right? Like, we're still going to see Dest and Jedi next year, right?
No. He's not going to replace, the Scallies or the Robinsons or the Dest but he plays in a back 3 as a wingback, more of an attacking wingback, not a back 4. And Poch likes to play a back 4.
I love a back 4. I feel like a back 3 is actually a back 6 because you're never fucking forward. But that's just me. Oh man. So is there anybody on the crew that should have been called it? Like this Gold Cup roster, like Konor, do you care? Do you care about the Gold Cup? Do you know what channel to even watch it on? Do either of you guys?
Couldn't tell you.
Fox Sports carries the Gold Cup.
So what streaming service is that?
You can watch on the app. On the Fox Sports app if you sign into whatever service you use or TV.
What if my service is rabbit ears?
Mm.
Oh well, then you're screwed.
Fuck. Well, then apparently the Gold Cup doesn't give a shit about me either. I don't know, man.
Well, you could set a VPN to like England or something, and you can watch on the Concacaf YouTube.
I'll get this episode will get no views if I say what I want to say to that. Anyway,
the US plays on FS1. tomorrow, by the way.
Okay, FS1. Oh, shit. I love that we record so late in the week because we're either stupid early or stupid late to things. Jaymes, I think I got your opinion on this. The Christian Pulisic interview. This did him more harm than good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, last week we were hyping it up. It was the next day after our podcast. This he didn't cover himself in glory, so to speak, right?
No, when I saw that, I texted you guys. I was like, and I tried to withhold my opinion so I didn't taint your guys' view of it. But like at the end of it, I felt just so gross. I'm like, oh, that just felt so gross. And I did not like what I saw from Christian, what I heard from Christian, everything I heard him say. I'm like, wow, you are tossing everybody. And he's not doing captainly things. It just was. It was confirming all your fears as a U.S. soccer fan. You're like, okay, what does it mean to this guy? Oh, it's not enough. You saw Alphonso Davies not bumping fists with the boys after their after their game and for Canada. Where the fuck's Pulisic? He's off riding horses in the freaking islands of Wallandia. I don't even know what that is, but
You want to know what I think is going to end up happening?
What's that?
With Christian Pulisic, we might have a Landon Donovan 2014 situation where he's just straight up left off the World Cup roster.
There's no way. Pochettino,
Pochettino said he's not a mannequin. He's a coach first.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised if when that World Cup roster comes out, if Pulisic is left out the roster.
You're right. Pulisic showed what's most important to me. And it's not this team.
You guys are insane. I supported Landon Donovan back in the day. I felt that there was a zero reason to leave him off the World Cup roster.
I agree. I was on your boots for that.
And I think it was a detriment to our team.
It did. It hurt the team.
You know, I will admit one thing.
Okay, when you put it in that words, yes, I remember back then that it actively hurt the team for Landon Donovan to not be in the team. And when you say it that way, okay, maybe you can't leave Christian Pulisic off, even if you're a little butthurt as Pochettino.
I support Pulisic's ability to take this time off. Listen, if U.S. Soccer had done the right thing and hired a coach, like not even Pochettino, but hired a coach other than Greg immediately after the World Cup, then we had 2 years of doing this. And like, we might be a well-oiled machine and we might be like, Pulisic, please take a break. You know what I mean? So it's not his fault. The Federation fucked this whole thing up. But
no, you know what happened? You want to know what happened? After BJ Callahan won the Nations League, what they should have done is hire BJ right there on the spot. But they fucked around and they hired Greg Berhalter and we got grouped in a home Copa America.
You should have seen what you had in BJ. I'm not gonna lie. And then you let Jesse Marsh go to Canada, who, by the way, said he'll never come to coach USA again.
Yeah, right.
Well, the same guy who used to be the director of football, Southampton, is now the director of the USSF. You know how many relegations he's seen at Southampton? He was the head of Southampton even 3 separate times when they got relegated from the Premier League. 3.
That's brutal. Listen, the president of U.S. Soccer doesn't have a ton to do with this.
It's gotten so bad that he deactivated his Twitter account because people were calling for his head on a platter.
Can I redirect the conversation, boys? I'm gonna take back over here, and I want us to focus on who is going to win this Gold Cup. Let's look at groups here, and let's just predict the winners of the groups. I think there's only one match left, right, for groups.
Well,
after tomorrow, so I think the final round of matches start I think they start Friday.
So hold on, I've got it somewhere here.
Because I know the U.S. play on Sunday.
Yeah, match day 3 of 3. So there's only three days. So
that's Copa America.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah. So next Tuesday will be the last
talking Gold
2
Cup.
games of the group stage. So we got another week. Go to next Tuesday.
Wait, are you talking Gold Cup or are you talking?
No, I'm talking Gold Cup because see, Group
Yes.
A. I don't know if Mexico played tonight, so Group A finished like their second game tonight. So Group C that the U.S. are doing their second game tomorrow.
Wow, this is the group of death: Costa Rica and Mexico.
Mexico is currently drawing 0-0 with Suriname, 32 minutes and 50 seconds in.
Yeah, so that game's
This
not
is the
even
same
done.
Mexico team who let the Dominican Republic hang around. And they beat them 4-3.
That's crazy.
This Mexico team is not good. They're not.
I mean, are anybody in CONCACAF good
Canada.
anymore? I mean,
Canada might
Canada.
be good.
Is Canada good?
Canada.
I wouldn't.
Goal differential 6.
They beat Honduras 6-0.
Goal differential
Okay, but
6.
Honduras
without
is in a rebuild.
without their best player. They still got to play Curacao and El Salvador.
Panama and Guatemala looking legit.
Yeah, Guatemala. I mean, Guatemala was always such a pain in the ass to play. And it's like Marco Papa would score an amazing goal, and then he'd
Did you know that the Columbus Crew number 2 goalkeeper is the Guatemalan number 1?
I did not know that.
Nico Hagen. He is the Guatemalan number 1, and he is the Columbus number 2.
Wow.
I'm always a big fan of CONCACAF teams being full of MLS players. I love it.
Eric Ronaldo was making the point earlier that MLS is kind of a better breeding ground for the rest of CONCACAF than it is for the U.S. men's national team.
As it should be. I like that. I think that's the way it should be.
That's not the way it should be.
You don't want our guys...
Does the EPL exist to make America better? Or does the EPL exist to make England better as a soccer nation? The EPL exists to make England better as a soccer nation. Meanwhile, you just said the opposite for MLS. MLS does not exist to make US a better soccer nation. It's existing to make all the rest of these CONCACAF nations better.
No, I would say there's a difference. You're talking about a top 5 league. Switzerland is not being like, all our players need to be from Switzerland. They want their guys in the big 5 leagues, right? So I want the people like Haiti, who traditionally couldn't get anything, to look at MLS like the aspirational league. And I want our guys to play in MLS a year or two and then bounce to a bigger league. Like, it is there to help the American team, but I think it's there to help all of CONCACAF. It just is doing it faster for the smaller nations.
Disagree.
The
goal should be to make America better.
The only reason the Premier League exists is because back in the early 90s, a bunch of rich people had a meeting with a bunch of people from Sky Sports and said, hey, we want to create an entire new first division separate from the Football League, and we want to put marquee matches on Sky Sports. And Sky Sports said, okay, here's some money, here's the TV rights, and then the Premier League was born.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So your claim that the Premier League is there to make England, the English national team, better is just false. It's just a money-making machine.
You're right. It is to make money for England.
I mean,
for the FA.
All of this is.
But
well, talking about horrible
wait.
people.
Who's our predictions to win it all?
Win it all? Like, hold on. So that first group, I love Costa Rica. I think Mexico's rattled. Costa Rica's winning that group.
Did you know that Keylor Navas is still playing?
I love that.
He plays for Newell's Old Boys in Argentina.
Oh,
is he playing for Costa Rica too?
Yeah.
Yep, he's the captain of Costa Rica.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, they're going to win that group. How are you going to score on
Canada's
that guy?
running away with this one. Yeah, Canada's going to run away with that.
I think
Curaçao's
Canada wins it
get
all.
out of the group.
I think Canada's going to win it all.
I think Panama, Guatemala get out of that group, and United States, Saudi Arabia.
I think Saudi Arabia and Haiti get out of the group.
Wow. All right, who do you guys predict win it all?
I told you Panama.
You're saying Panama, Connor?
I'm going to go with the U.S. I think the U.S. need it.
Oh, I love that call, but I'm going Canada. All right, let's move on over to the Club World Cup, and who do we think is going to win it all over here? And let's go group by group. Inter Miami, Porto, Palmeiras. I think Porto is going to take this group.
I think Porto and all the Egyptians, all Ali is going to take
Ali,
it.
all
I don't
right.
know. Palmeiras, man. If they can beat Inter Miami tomorrow,
Palmeiras got a shot.
they do.
I don't think Inter Miami has a shot.
No, they don't. Group
PSG,
B,
Botafogo,
PSG. That's
Seattle, and
PSG's to win.
Atletico and
Um,
PSG. Done.
I think
Atletico
PSG
got
and
whooped by
Botafogo.
PSG.
Botafogo looked really good against Seattle. But Seattle clawed back and only lost 2-1. So
Botafogo's got to
Atletico
beat
Madrid,
Wait,
they don't
Atletico
want to
lost
be
their
here.
coach. So
Wait,
Yeah,
where'd
they did.
Simeone go?
I'm pretty sure.
What, they lost their coach to what? Did he decide to go bare knuckle fighting or something? What happened to Diego Simeone?
I thought that he something happened.
I think you're nuts. I think you're insane. Anyway.
All right,
Botafogo is the
you're right.
Botafogo is the hipster pick, but Madrid.
Botafogo is the defending Copa Libertadores champions.
But dude, Madrid. Hold on, Madrid got worked by PSG.
Atletico Madrid.
Champions
Correct.
Leagues. Hey, Champions League champions.
I know, but still, man. Atletico. I'm an Atletico supporter. I love their just buzzsaw style.
Group C, Bayern Munich and Benfica. I don't see Boca Juniors beating Benfica. Well, no, Boca Juniors, they had a 2-0 lead. I watched this game on stream. They had a 2-0 lead against Benfica. And then Benfica got a penalty in like the last couple minutes of the first half. And Di Maria scored a piss missile of a penalty. And then at the very last, near kick, the last corner of the game, all Boca had to do was get a head on it to clear it. And Benfica's captain rised out of the ashes like a phoenix and headed an absolute thunder bastard into the back of the net to tie it.
So you're saying you think Bayern and Boca get through? Benfica kind of got
Bayern
lucky?
Munich gonna run away with that group. I feel really bad for Auckland City because they're going to have the goal differential of like -40 by the end of this.
They got
Why
worked
are
by
they in
Bayern.
this again? Why are they
Because
here?
they won the New Zealand League.
Oh,
They won the Oceania version of the Champions League.
Okay. That makes sense. I was confused.
CR Flamengo, Chelsea, LAFC, and Esperance de Tunisi
LAFC,
coming out of Group D.
They got mollywopped by Chelsea. I think the Brazilians top the group. It all depends on what happens on Friday afternoon. If Chelsea can beat Flamengo, they take the group, in my opinion.
I'm looking up who the hell Esperance de Tunis is.
African club. They're in Africa.
From
Yeah,
Tunis.
but where?
What part of Africa?
Oh, Tunisia? Sweet.
Yeah,
so
so
they I think they were playing, who did they play? No, it was the LAFC Chelsea game that there was like no one at that game apparently, which is weird.
There's nobody at the Ulsan Mumbai game either.
Wow,
yeah, so apparently one of these games had like,
this is old Carthage. That's crazy.
Look at that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm enamored by geography as well. I gotta say that's one thing of being a soccer fan that has helped my world geography and geopolitical knowledge.
That's wild.
But I digress. Dude, I don't know, man. The South American teams, I don't think it's not like an international competition where the national teams are as loaded, right? Like their club teams aren't as loaded. So to see some of these teams do put their best foot forward is pretty nice.
All right.
I like your call. Flamengo and Chelsea coming out of Group D. I don't see anything
that
else
group. The club. So go back up to Group D for a minute. So Group D really comes down to Friday. The Chelsea Flamengo game. in Philly. I think whoever wins that game tops the group.
Do you think LAFC could beat Flamingo?
Chelsea and Flamingo play on Friday.
Chelsea likely beats Flamingo, but Flamingo's got
No, I'm saying,
a shot.
do you think LAFC could beat them?
Nah.
Nah?
They
okay.
could,
LAFC will be lucky to finish third.
Yeah, they'll be lucky to beat Esperance de Tunisia.
You guys think? All right.
Group E.
River Plate, Monterrey, Inter Milan, and Urawa Red Diamonds.
This one's tough. If Monterrey can beat, not Monterrey, if Inter Milan can win it,
I can't believe they tied. I can't believe Inter Milan tied Monterrey.
That's because, I think it was close to halftime. There was a corner for Monterrey, and nobody was man marking Sergio Ramos, and he just jumped up and knotted the ball in the back of the net.
How many people have made that mistake? You mark Sergio Ramos.
Especially on free kicks and corners. Because he's going to be your target man every single time.
He's not going to beat you with a golazo. Anyway. Dude, I'll say this about Group E. I really want some of these big teams to be embarrassed, so might as well be Inter.
I mean, Inter Milan, they don't have a coach. I don't think they have a head coach.
Well, I'm free.
Because the manager that took him to the Champions League final and subsequently got massacred by PSG 5-0. He's with Al Hilal now.
What?
He managed his first game with Al Hilal today.
What? He left Inter Milan?
And he went to Al Hilal. He managed his first game with Al Hilal today.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Are they in this, Al Hilal?
Yeah, they're up in the
They're right there. Oh my gosh. No. Al Hilal's right there. In Group H.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
All right, we'll get there in a second. But Group E, so River Plate, Monterrey, and Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan's still going to get through, and it will be them and River Plate.
I was really pulling for the Japanese this group. But I'm going River Plate, and I think with the big old noggin of Sergio Ramos, Monterrey will find a way to either draw or beat Inter Milan to get second place in the group.
Upset City. Toke loves it. All right, next.
Group F. That's the group of what the fuck?
Oh my God. Please.
Where the hell are the Mamelodi Sundowns from?
Please, somebody beat Dortmund. Oh my God. Please tell me Dortmund doesn't get out of this group.
Yes, that would be the great. Fluminense
I'm gonna go,
and Mamelodi.
I'm going to go Dortmund first, Fluminense second.
Oh, really going out on a limb on that one, Cotton.
Group G. Let's see. Group G.
Yeah, Juventus when they're on
Juventus
break
in Manchester City.
When they're on break from helping with, run the country, they play soccer. Unfucking believable.
Juventus and Manchester. Did you see the scoreline for Manchester City today? It was like 4 or 5-0.
Really?
And Holland. I don't even think Holland played.
It says 2.
It says 2-0.
Yeah, it says 2-0.
Oh,
Juventus won 5-0. Juventus went nuts tonight. I mean, shit, are they still playing? Hold on.
They might be.
No, it's in the 86th. It's in the 86th. Man City even won that game a man down today.
That's impressive.
Oh, well, it happened in the 88th minute. Who the hell is Rico Lewis? Rico ain't going to play the next game. Anyway, sorry.
Group H is a real fun group for me. Salzburg pulled off the upset, in my opinion, against Pachuca.
This is a good group.
And the game I watched today, Real Madrid and Al Hilal, great game, by the way, 1-1. Madrid had a penalty at the end of the game to win the game and take top of the group. And Valverde scuffed his penalty And then Yusef Bono got a hand to it, saved it. It was on the rebound, and I think Bellingham was on the he was right there for the tap in to win the game, and then Bono just put his big old mitt out and said, "No, no."
Hell yeah.
Alex
Amazing.
Bono is 37 years old, and he's still killing it.
Good Lord.
The
Really?
Moroccan #1.
Good Lord.
You should
Do
do
it.
like Valverde penalty miss or something.
It's right there.
Yeah, he's found it. That makes me so happy. Like, if we're gonna do this whole stupid exercise, might as well like make it as terrible as possible and every good team lose. I like, let's let all the big boys down. Like, let's get them all out of here. Really, my only mission in life is to make sure Bayern Munich doesn't win this tournament.
Right, Xabi Alonso is Xabi Alonso the coach of Real Madrid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, boys, it might be time for a break.
You always want to take it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think it is time for a break. We had a nice, big, long, fun section, but we're going to come back and get into the Chicago Fire. And why the hell? Why? Why are you this way, Chicago Fire? Why?
Thanks to Konor for hanging out.
Yes, big shout out to Konor No Soccer. Konor, what should they know about you and your channel?
I do the YouTube shit. I do live watch parties. I've been covering the Club World Cup, so if the Club World Cup interests you, then yeah. And then I cover every single Columbus Crew match as well on the channel. So lots of streams, lots of stress, lots of wanting to jump off the inner coastal highway, causeway. But hey, we do it.
All right. Well, Konor, thanks again for stopping by. And Jaymes, what should the people do with that like button?
Hey, take that like button just like you take a ticket going to the soccer game. Put it in your wallet for tomorrow. We'll be right back here on Enemies of the Fire. Be right back. Help us hit our goal of 500 subscribers if you like talking soccer and discussing all things USMNT, Chicago Fire, MLS, etc. And we'll be right back here.
Welcome back, fellow enemies of the Fire. It was a rough week to be a Fire fan, everybody.
A little bit.
Jaymes, did you watch the game?
I caught a glimpse.
He caught a glimpse. So I was at the game. The Chicago Fire took on Nashville this past week, and we lost 2-0. And something struck me during this game. And it wasn't all the edibles that I had. It was the realization that Nashville is just better. Like, even though, look, we had more shots on target, we had more of the possession, but we were chasing. You know what I mean? This is the first time this season I haven't just been like, oh man, we were unlucky today. It just is like, oh crap. They are just a way better, like not way better, but they are just a better team. They destroyed us at their home. As much as we had the numbers there, we got beat. But
were they missing their best two players?
They were not. Honey Mukhtar and Sam Surridge were out there. I don't know if that's Sam or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't realize until we brought up the lineups here that they were in a 4-2-2-2. That somehow just completely shut us down. Bamba though. We got to talk about Bamba. We have to talk about Bamba. Always in the right place, always doing the right thing, and can never score one-on-one versus the keeper. He's scored a couple decent goals lately. I was like hoping that broke him of that, but like that's mad disappointing when that's the one clear-cut chance you get in the game, and Bamba can't put it away.
It sounds like this has been a trend.
That is definitely a trend.
But the other thing is you were I want to go back to what you were saying about that we're not better than Nashville. We're missing our two best players, Gal and Zinkernagel.
You're not wrong. So throw that out there. Like the fans were in a tizzy for a day or two until we really figured out what was. Zinkernagel got married this weekend.
Allegedly.
Alleged. What are you, a fucking moron? Of course he got married. Did you not see those pictures of that beautiful woman? Anyway. I mean, he's a very handsome man. It's not like he's batting above his average like that or nothing, but goddamn. Anyway, before we get to that, this game was screaming for Zinkernagel. That's part of the problem, man. Like, I get it. I wonder if maybe he thought he'd still be in Europe when they scheduled this wedding, right? But I get it. But man, that's tough. It's tough. It was just a tough game. Just nothing we did worked. Like everything was almost. And I guess before we get to the fun stuff, because there is something fun to talk about with this team, I'll say one more thing. As you look at that lineup, that's a rough lineup. Omar Gonzalez in there. Shockingly enough, Orahel and Pineda did not really jive well together in the center. But no, I want to digress. I think the worst thing of the weekend was when Tom Barlow subbed in, the section was chanting MVP. And I was taken aback. I was aghast. I was verklempt even. I don't know, man.
Maybe we should be supporting the lowliest player on this club.
You're not wrong. I can't fucking believe you're eating. I don't think you're wrong. Tom Barlow, like I really hoped there's still a chance. It's not like he came in and played poorly, but like I really hope that hat trick really kickstarts his season. Anyway,
that kickstarted his career.
Yeah, right? Hopefully, just hopefully. I'll just leave it there. All right, talking about kickstarting, let's get back to the very fun news that everybody definitely wants to talk about. Again, everyone is excited about our new stadium. I'm the only fucking Scrooge.
I think you're already coming around to it. I think you're already you're ashamed to you just did fess up. You're starting to come around to it. You're getting a little excited.
I saw the words dynamic pricing. I'm telling you, anyway, they released some renderings. They got everybody all excited. They released renderings. It was like for $20, you could put down a down payment towards a ticket for the first game. And so apparently season ticket holders don't need to do that. So, okay. But they were releasing dimensions and stuff. And just like, they're talking about the supporter section being like the steepest incline in all of sports, or it's the same incline that Dortmund uses or some stupid shit. And it just, oh man, if it's anything like what I saw on DC played there last week or 2 weekends ago, I'm not excited.
Why?
But I guess it doesn't matter what I want. I'm going to be gentrified up out of this place.
Well, you're saying is standing room only in certain parts?
The whole supporter section is going to be standing room only.
Oh, so you cannot sit.
Correct.
I don't like that.
No sitting. There will just be bars. Yeah, I don't like that either. See, look. And look at how
I like my freedom of being able to sit if I want to.
Or just at halftime.
Yeah.
I just sit at halftime. Like, or if I want to get in early, like, I don't know, man. It seems very like peasants are going to stand.
It's good exercise.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like keep the cattle happy or some shit. I don't know, man. I'm the only negative person about this, but I just it's too small. I'm gonna be gentrified out. There's not gonna be any room for my poor ass up in here. And I don't know. That sucks. I was excited about seeing the Fire grow. This very much feels like,
dude, look at
this
this
very
stadium.
much feels like,
this looks so sick. So sick.
Have you ever sat in the 400 section of Soldier Field or the top level of United Center, or even just gone up there?
Yes.
How does that incline feel?
I mean, it's a little scary.
Is it disorienting?
Yes.
Get ready for that the entire way up.
Hey, but
like
I gotta say though, I mean, like, it was this man playing a little FIFA, doing a little creative club, because look at this stadium. This rendering is sick. You've never seen. Where is this in America? This is amazing. There's a few clubs that have something like this, but this is something special.
Yeah, St. Louis's stadium's nice. It too is a little small, but it's also St. Louis, that they have half the population at best that we do. Oh, there's Metallica playing in the round. No. Anyway, listen. The location
that looks
is
like a fire code. That looks like a fire code mistake. Something.
Nah, trust me. We have our own electrical code from the rest of the nation. We care about the fire. Anyway, so like I don't want to be I don't want to be the only negative person. Please, someone else be negative with me. But beyond that, the location is sick. The fact that Joe is paying for it, amazing. It's just, I have concerns about the comfort and the viewing experience. It almost feels like they want it to look sick on TV. And your experience as a fan, it is secondary to that. That's how I feel. 100%. Or, you know, the only real experiences to have will be the distraction away from the game to spend money. I don't know, man.
These renderings look amazing. You think that the fan at the stadium's going to be disserviced? There's not a bad view in the house.
There's not a bad view of that. Like, it's not a bad view in Soldier Field, but I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. I wish it held 20,000 more people.
How many people does it hold?
22,000 for a game. Who knows for a concert? Like 28 or something.
That's as much as the Blackhawks. That's fine.
But the Blackhawks play 82. They play 40 something games at home. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's like the Bears. It's like telling the Bears, like, oh, why don't you play in front of 30,000 people? Their whole complaint is 60 isn't enough. Yeah, I mean, indoor sports, they have different caps. Wait, how much did it say this cost to make? Scroll down just a bit. $175 million. $371 million in 2024.
They didn't build that. They built it in 92.
They broke ground in 92, opened in 94. God, that's kind of wild to think the first Bulls three-peat was in a different building, and then the second three-peat was in the United Center. That's actually wild to think.
Chicago Stadium.
So, are you going to start coming to games when we build a new stadium?
No.
My man.
No.
Why?
Maybe I'll go to one or two. It's just too many. Like I'm busy.
I'm busy, he says. The guy who does the Chicago Fire podcast is busy. I love it. Oh God. Well, no game this weekend. Does that mean you're gonna watch Club World Cup?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, if it's on TV.
If it's on TV. So Konor was telling us before we went on with him, you gotta make a DAZN account to be able to see it. And like, I guess that's not that big of a deal, but like, it's just one more barrier to entry for me that I just can use as a excuse to not watch this.
Yeah.
I mean, Why do people like bad things? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. This is going to be the last time I say too many negative things about the stadium. I love the fact that people are excited. I don't know. This, you know what this feels like to me? It feels like the band who has that like one big hit and like has like a little bit of fame and plays like stadium tour once. And then they just like, I don't know, sell 200,000 records and play clubs for like 20 more years. They're like, no, we found our audience. This feels like them just finding their audience and not wanting to like build an audience. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
You don't
I
think
don't
they're
know.
building an audience by putting this where this location is?
I mean, how you going to go? If you get excited to go see the Fire, how you going to go when it's sold out every game?
You think it's going to be sold out every game?
We already average 22,000 people at the game. We already average over the course, and I get the Miami game, but still, that's not that huge of a like outlier. Like,
I don't think that's going to be a problem getting a ticket.
really, you still think it's going to be low interest, nobody gives a shit, Fire of old.
Nobody's going to get the games don't matter. First of all, they don't. There's no promotion relegation. And then on second of all, who do the Fire have that people care about?
Dude,
They didn't care about Bastian Schweinsteiger.
well, who does? What a boring ass dude. Listen, like, I like the approach of we're going to sign Bamba, Kuiper, Nagel, make them stars.
Good players, really good players for MLS.
Well, like, yeah, if you can get them to break out of their shell a little bit more, get them on TV here and there, get somebody to ask them a question every now and again, like, build their personality. You don't always have to sign a personality. Sometimes you just find it. Like, look at Quincy Amarikwa, did great things here. Like, Quincy Amarikwa. Like, that's, I don't know. Jaymes, I don't want to leave on a sour note. Look at that view. Like, you're going to be able to support the Fire and see the Sears Tower.
This will be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
And look
You're
at these
not wrong.
boxes. Look at these boxes off to the left side. If you were in a box for a business thing, this would be such a fun way to watch the Fire. This is not like Soldier Field right now. Soldier Field is big, huge, meant for football. It's not meant for Fire. It's just not.
It's not meant for the Fire. And listen, I just
setup.
wish it was.
Look up
Just wish it was
behind. How much bigger can you make it?
I think you could have made that bottom section a little taller, and then the second level a little taller. I think you could have put seats above those boxes.
So,
You know,
you're thinking small though, because guess this. Get this. Should that game come along where it is a big draw, where everybody in Chicago's like, oh shit, we could sell 3 times as many tickets for this one game. Guess where they're going? They're going to go to the new Bears Stadium and play the game there in the 80,000 strong stadium. So it'll be like a one-off. Whenever there's like a big game, they'll go there.
but
To play under the 80K.
eat my fucking ass. There's no way I'm driving out to Arlington. I already drive to the goddamn suburbs every day to work. I'm not driving right back out there to go watch the Fire play because it's an important game. Then what the fuck did you build a stadium for? What was it even for? Like, that's
That's a good point.
that is precisely the thing I'm mad about. But I mean, I guess if we don't get any more popular, this will be perfect. I don't know. I also have a fear we're about to go to the number one, like we're gonna go from the cheapest ticket in town to the most expensive ticket in MLS.
I don't think so.
Just, those are my fears. We'll see.
Why would that happen? The only reason that would happen is if Son showed up.
Don't say these horrible things. You know my propaganda. I want Jack Grealish. I moved Zinkernagel to the center and bring me Jack Grealish. But you know what? Oh, God, if Son did come, which I have no idea why he would, he's going to sign a huge contract somewhere at a real team.
And he's a striker. Striker left winger.
Yeah, he would have to play on the wing or else you'd have to sell Kuipers because there's no reason to have him. But wait, transfer to Saudi Arabia? Wait a second. Are the Saudis trying to sign Son?
So it would seem.
Leverkusen wants to sign him. Yeah. Of course you do. Oh, God. What? Where are we? I thought he was only 31 years old. How old is
32.
Okay, well, okay. I don't get that.
33
I still think
in a month.
He's got 3 more solid top level years in him, I think. And that's coming from a pure hater. That's a hater saying that. Oh, God. All right, man. Well,
You'd love him in a Chicago jersey.
no way.
You'd get it. It'd be the first Chicago Fire jersey you get in a while. You'd get the Sun jersey. You'd be like, I had to, Jaymes. I hated him so much that I started to love him.
No, I have morals. I have morals.
No, that's
and
exactly what would happen.
I have morals. I don't care how many goals he would score for us. I would still be a Sun hater.
He'd score his first goal for the club and you'd be insta buying. You're like, oh, I had to get it. Okay. I know it was holding off, but I spoke so ill of him that I realized I was so wrong. Now that he's on our team, he's probably the greatest player that ever lived. Probably the greatest Fire players that ever lived.
Jaymes, you don't know. You do not know. You do not know the depths of my hater.
Hatred
my
for Son.
haterade. Yeah, I have a deep well of haterade for
I know.
any and everything, my man. That I am an ocean of hate.
That's what makes me laugh. That's what makes me laugh if the Fire got him.
Oh no, just I guess let's while we're talking about my fears, let's talk about the last one. Cincinnati might bail us out here, or at least bail me out. They're talking about getting Thomas Muller, which we have said on the podcast many a times we are not all about. But let's just
take him. Look at those.
Yeah, please.
Look at the 1 goal, 4 assists. All the other guys we were just looking at. Son, he's got goals. Grealish. Yeesh.
Grealish had a tough year. That's why I think we can get him, man.
Yeesh.
You throw DP money at Grealish and you and you tell him that the strip clubs close and oh man.
Well, you'll have plenty of fun around Chicago area with those.
Oh my God, there's two, like, that's the one thing with Jack Grealish that I'm excited for, but also terrified of, is the Chicago nightlife.
It's not New York nightlife, that's for sure.
Oh man,
but you can find fun.
Man, I would be so salty if they shipped him over to NYCFC. I'm actually shocked they don't do that more often. Are they still like?
Oh,
mad
dude, that's an option, and you just called it, and that's probably where he's going to go.
Oh man!
Think of the little stuff he could do on New York Yankees land. His dainty little tricks might work.
Can Jack Grealish do it on a baseball field in the Bronx?
Probably.
Oh no. Oh man, once we start talking about just naming guys we want to play in the league or see, we know that the podcast has ventured its way towards the end. This was a way more negative Chicago Fire segment than I wanted it to be.
It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
I like this team. This is the first time all season I just really felt like, wow, we're just not as good as this other team.
We're not as good
every other game. Yeah, every other game, it was like we had a fighter's chance. right? But just like, man, it just finally clicked. Like, wow, Nashville is better. So we're in for some choppy waters, but I still do think we make the playoffs this year. We are, if you notice, 17 games, 25 points. We are on pace. Remember we said that, we read last week that 50 points is the playoff mark. They're the pace for the playoffs.
I do.
That I think we make it, man. I really do. I guess that's where all of my upsetness for the stadium comes in. It's from my positivity about the team. I think it's about to blow up. It's about to, not only are we about to be good, we might win some trophies. We are going to be like the hottest, coolest, hippest. Dude, we're going to be like the hippest thing in the city for a hot minute. You know what I mean?
If we win, and by the way, like, I don't think it's just going to all of a sudden happen, the Fire just win, because the other teams like Columbus, the other teams out there, Philadelphia, they've just been winning longer for more consistently than the Fire have. I don't know where you expect the Fire to start winning consistently. They can't win consistently. It's proven in the fact that they're in 10th place right now. Well,
this is step one. Like,
right.
The idea is that we limp into the playoffs this year, and then next year we're the 3 through 6 kind of team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the next year, and maybe win an Open Cup, right? And then the following year,
yes,
we're like favorites.
That's the idea. Makes sense. That makes sense.
So that's where I'm saying. And then guess what? Guess what year that is? That's the year we go into a new stadium. Hence my concern.
So
that, well, okay, hold on. Let's play a game real quick before we leave.
Yep.
Let's play a game. You have the roster up, and let's not do any more drop downs. Just all these people. Who is on the roster day one of new stadium? 2028 opening day.
I don't know what their contracts are.
Doesn't matter. What do you think?
I mean, Zink, Kuipers, Bamba, I imagine they're locks.
I think Bamba's gone by then. He's not scoring the goals.
You think Bamba's a 1-year guy?
No, you got to think the stadium is 2028.
Oh, I was thinking next year, and it's not next year. Okay.
No, 2028.
I don't know if any of these guys are going to be here for 2028. Maybe Zink.
Okay, maybe Zink. You're right. Zink might become the poster child of the team, and not need to go back to Europe. Hugo
has a chance.
Will peak. I think the easiest thing to say is let's look at the kids. Let's look at Orahel, Pareba, Reynolds, Gall, Brady, and Gutierrez.
Gutman could be here.
And Glasgow. The children.
Yeah.
Let's look at the children. Of those kids, 1 or 2 of them is going to get sold for profit. One of them's going to be a lifer, and somebody's going to fall off.
And they don't have cups. They don't have cups shown.
No, Cups is... Yeah, you're right. Cups isn't even on this. So even Cups, throw him in there. Actually, that is probably the best shout. I bet Cups is the guy who's here day one of the new stadium. Starting center back. I bet Cups is here, and it's going to be either Orahel or Glasgow. I just feel like Orahel might be
I don't think it's going to be Glasgow.
You don't? I think Glasgow could be a starter by the time that new stadium rolls around, on the wing.
I don't know.
I mean, Pareba we haven't even seen yet because he died in preseason. Dude, the future. And then Sam Williams. Sam Williams is a kid I didn't think of. Okay, of Pareba, Williams, or Orahel, somebody out of that group is going to be there. Because Orahel, you know what kind of vibe I get from Orahel? Ozzy Alonso. I know it's not the same style of play, but the vibe. I feel like Orahel might literally be the next Logan Paws. He's just here forever. He's fucking Frank. Or we're going to, in 20 years, we're going to be bitching that Orahel is coaching this team wrong. The new Frank Klopas.
Kellen Acosta.
Oh. Acosta's gone after this year. I feel like I mean, he's got another year on his contract, but somebody in MLS will want him. Oh man, Borroso is not on loan, or Borroso is loan, right?
He is on loan.
Yeah, so he won't be here. It's not going well enough for him to like be a mainstay, and it's not going poorly enough.
It
for
shows
him, to, like...
him as a fire player, but
oh really? Interessante. I thought we interesting. That's fine. I thought he was on loan.
I thought so too.
I could be an insane person. Oh my God, we bought him for 1.4 mil.
What?
Yeah, this does not sound right.
This does not sound right.
Unless he's one of our U22 initiative players, I guess. Yeah, thanks MLS for all these bullshit ass rules we have to learn. Dude, this has to be a horrific audio experience. You have to watch this podcast. We're just consistently looking at the internet going, that can't be right.
I thought it was via transfer.
Wow.
How did
okay.
we get this how did we get this confused?
No,
He's under contract to 2028.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow.
I didn't know we bought this kid. Okay.
Wow,
so
this
that we
is
got
blowing
some
both
more...
of our minds because we both thought we loaned this guy.
Well, and then here's the kicker then. We paid all that money for an initiative player who barely can get on the field.
When he was on the field that one moment, it was so great. But yeah, he has had some problems.
God, okay, James, question. Is this just dumb luck? Or is there something wrong with like the training staff or the training regimen at the Fire? And this predates Bearhalter, because the last couple years have been an absolute atrocity of injury. But then again, who knows? Maybe that's just guys who don't want to play.
I have no idea what it comes down to for that. I mean, sometimes I think you just get unlucky, and it has to do with pressure and mistakes, listening to your body. It's all these sorts of things.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
I guess you're right. All right, back to my original point. I'm calling it right now.
Yep.
Zinkernagel, Glasgow, and Sam Williams and Christopher Klupps. Those four guys are on this roster day one of the new season. Calling it right now.
I'll have to go with you. But let's move on and close the podcast with our predictions for Chicago versus Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. News and notes real quick. We're going to take next week off because...
And maybe the following week. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, no.
Yeah, probably the next 2 weeks.
They'll never come back. Anyway, I'm kidding. All right, so... we're not going to be here. So let's predict this game. My prediction. Where is this? Oh, it's in Philly. Duh.
It says Soldier Field, dude.
No, wait, what? There's a Wednesday game?
This says Wednesday Soldier Field, bro.
Oh, no.
You got two. You look at this, a Wednesday and a Saturday in Soldier Field.
Oh,
Wednesday
my God.
and
And
Saturday.
my neighbor, dude, and my neighbor's band plays on Friday. Oh, God, no.
You got a double this week.
I mean, yes, but
Next
no.
week. Next week, 25. Yeah, that's a lot. 25th and 28th. Philly versus Charlotte and Charlotte.
That
Boys
week
are going to be tired.
Insane. Wait, oh my God, we'll have to podcast on the Tuesday. No, we're not going to. Whatever. Whatever. We're beating Philadelphia. Revenge, baby. Give it to me 3-1. Zinkernagel scores in marital bliss. Bamba gets off the slide. And then somebody don't expect, like it's going to be like a Jack Elliott header or like a Orahel volley.
I think that the Fire have to take it. They need to get the win here. It's going to be a furious 2-1 win against Philadelphia, maybe 3-2. But going against the other team, Charlotte, that's going to be a big one. That'll be a 3-0, 3-1 type of affair. But Chicago Philly is going to be close, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3. Chicago Charlotte, I think Chicago will blow them out.
Yeah, we're killing Charlotte. Yeah, definitely killing Charlotte. Now, dumb question. Do we hope the USA gets grouped so we get Chris Brady back?
No, I want Chris Brady to get some games. I want him to get a cap. So the longer they hang in there, the better. And maybe he does get a cap here in his next few games. Also, expecting a win against Philadelphia would be huge. They are first place in the Eastern Conference, and in fact, all of MLS. So I think it is a big ask to get the Fire to ask the Fire to get a win here. If they end up after this weekend with a tie and a win against Charlotte and Philly, respectively, right? Like a tie against Philly, a win against Charlotte, I think that's good points. However, they need both wins.
They need both, but like that would still be a great outcome.
1 point, by the way, would put them in the 9th place over Charlotte, and then 3 points
and
over.
Then play Charlotte.
And then play Charlotte for another 3 points. So that's a big point swing. So,
yeah, I agree. I feel like, I don't know, man. I go into every game feeling like good about this Fire team. I really do.
Yeah,
and that says a lot for a team in 10th.
Wasn't like last year with Klopas, where we're just like, we feel doomed every game.
No, it's fun to be fun. And with that, what kind of fun should they have with the like button?
Give it a little tickle with your finger, with your pinky finger, and if you want to switch over to your pointer finger, keep tickling that like button. So hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out here, helping us hit our goal of 500 subscribers, because we all know what you guys love. You little USMNT talk, little soccer talk, little MLS talk here on Enemies of the Fire. We'll be right back here in a week or 2, maybe 3. But check out, we got videos we'll drop as per usual. We'll see you soon. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out here on Enemies of the Fire. We'll see you guys next time.